Hello. I'm sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a crossover scene between Change. No. Yes, this is a crossover scene between Changeling and Werewolf. Tonight's scene sees it sees Bentley, my new character, so that's why I'm stumbling up a little bit. Going for some after dinner treats, after club treats with Miss Rin. Things in the club got a little too loud and just me and awkward and blah blah blah. So they decided to head out. He had asked her out for coffee, but this is New York, and she said it was a little late for coffee. So once they're free of the place and actually kind of walking, he'll kind of look over her with a smile, and he'll say, "So if it's too late for coffee, would you like something else?"
I could definitely be talking to some real food.
I could go for. Do you like? Do you like pho?
Trying to decide whether she's had it or not. I'm gonna guess that actually she probably has. If she's from San Francisco, she's had it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfect. That actually sounds perfect.
Okay. What is it though? He'll kind of look at her like quizzically.
Oh, really? It's like soup with noodles and meat. Yeah, it's nobody dislikes pho.
He'll kind of pull his phone out and he'll type pho, but the problem is he doesn't spell it right because he's never had it. He just heard somebody else talking about it at work, and so
She
he'll.
watches him and she's like, "Oh no, it's Pho."
Oh, okay. Okay. So where are po restaurants around here? Let's see. Let's see. Guide me to it, and he'll press the button, and I'll be like, "Take the wheel, Jesus!" And he'll start going. He'll like kind of loosely grab her hand, like not like genuinely, like people in New York do when they're walking together to stay together.
Sure.
Um, and he'll kind of he'll let Samsung do the guiding.
So how long have you been in the city?
3 um about 6 weeks.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He has a little bounce in his step when he walks, and he'll stop and he'll sniff at a crosswalk, and he'll kind of not like again, it's not like a all over the place, just like a little like she notices his nose wiggle, and like he'll kind of look around, and then he'll cross, and he'll say, "Yeah, I've been here for about 6 weeks. I moved here from New Orleans. I I went on a shrimp boat in New Orleans, and well, not in New Orleans because there's not really shrimp boats in New Orleans, but down the coast at the Delta, there's shrimp boats, and so I went to the shrimp boat and I worked for a couple of weeks so they could get some money because you don't really have to work that long when you work on a shrimp boat. And then from there, I came here and I found this really small little apartment, and I got a lease, and then I met the landlady. She was really nice, and she gave me the place for cheap. She said it was rent controlled, and she introduced me to because I told her that I wanted to be a singer on Broadway and perform, and so she introduced me to somebody who used to live in the building named Glenn, who is a stage manager, and so he gave me a job, and
That's
he'll
really
nod.
interesting. I don't know that much about the theater, but stage managing, that sounds pretty important.
I don't do that. I just do stage handing. And then sometimes when there's nobody on the stage, sometimes I'll sing, but I don't have an audience.
You just sing on the dark stage?
Well, yeah.
Huh. That that seems like it'd be really nice.
Would you like to hear me sing?
Yeah?
What do you want
I
to hear me
mean,
sing?
now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, people are gonna look at us.
Well, probably me. I mean, I'd be the one singing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
I
I
could
can sing anything you want.
sing something you want.
Hmm. He'll kind of tap his lip and he'll like, have you ever seen Phantom of the Opera?
No.
Um, there's a song in it that one of the characters sings to the other. It's called "All I Ask of You," and it's a really good song.
Sure.
It hold on, give me a second. Let me roll. Um, to see exactly how good he sings. I can sing it, but because this is so important and he is trying to impress her, I'm actually gonna spend a willpower. Thank God I spent that willpower point. Actually, hold on, wait. He'll start to open his mouth and he'll stop and he'll kind of look around like shyly and he'll clear his throat. And I'm gonna roll again at a higher difficulty. Two, three, four, five, six. Do you mind?
No, not at all.
That is much better. That is much, much better. So yeah, he'll basically I don't know if you know the song or not
Yes.
from Phenomena. He'll basically he'll sing that. And he sings it with success, so that's fucking professional level. I mean, I'll sing it for you if you want, but
It's okay. I know it.
I mean, I
She
can do it. he'll sing up to he'll sing up to the part that that's like let me be your shelter, let me be your light, you say. He'll sing up to that point,
she's
and then
kind of
he'll
got
stop and
goosebumps
smile.
because that's a pretty intense song.
Yeah, but he did sing it. He sang it, and he'll kind of stop and smile at her. See, I told you. And he'll kind of bounce a
You're
little bit.
good.
Yeah, I'm okay. I practiced a lot.
Huh.
But one day I hope to sing on stage. I'd like to be in Les Mis. Well, not really. Actually, I kind of hate Les Mis. Okay. Like I don't hate Les Mis. Like it's just like it's Les Mis, you know?
Yeah.
Just it's so it's like okay. You go to theater, and what's like the one thing that everybody knows is Les Mis, you know? That's like all they know, and it's like for like the enthusiast, the people who aren't enthusiastic about it, that's like they stop there. And the problem with them is it's so depressing. Like, and that's just they stop there. They don't try anything else. Like I get okay, like look, there's Wiz, there's the Wiz, and there's like Wicked, and then there's like Fiddler on the Roof, and like and he starts going like down a list of like all these different freaking like theater musical things. And he's
She
like, but
listens, but she doesn't really know that much about the theater, so she's really just watching him talk.
so like but no, but Les Mis. That being said, Anna Hathaway freaking nailed that song. Okay,
Who?
Anne Hathaway when she sang "I Dreamed a Dream."
I haven't seen her.
Do you know the song at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good song. I mean, it's a good song.
Although, why do people use it for inspirational songs? Like seriously,
Yeah, it isn't really inspiring.
not
It's
at
kind of
all.
depressing.
I mean, maybe in some societies, like you know, I had a dream my life would be so different than this hell I'm living might translate to something positive, I guess.
I guess it's good to remember the hopeful times. Maybe it's just good to summon back that feeling.
It's like you explained the Miz all in 1 second to him. And he gets it. His little buddy brain almost explodes. I know he doesn't seem like it, by the way, but he's actually very smart. He'll just kind of stop and look at her like, have you ever been around rabbits a lot?
Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, you know when rabbits kind of stop and like look at you and like really kind of look at you?
Yes.
He does that. He just kind of stops and looks at her like, huh.
She just kind of watches him.
He'll wiggle his nose at her.
Because she's just really not sure what the fuck to do with this guy.
I love it, don't you? So, he'll get to the pho restaurant. Apparently, Jesus guided them well, and he'll ask for 2 tables.
2?
And then the girl will look at him like, what the fuck? He's like, chairs. I'm sorry. I need 2 chairs for here. He'll just kind of shut up at that point, embarrassed, like, get seated, kind of wiggle a little bit in his seat, and then settle down.
So she gets comfortable, and while she does, she looks around. It's pretty late, so I'm guessing it's probably pretty empty.
This is New York. It may not be.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was at a place at 4 a.m. in the morning and had a line out the door once.
Oh, shit.
I was so pissed.
No, that's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. So he'll kind of like lean on his hands like this and kind of look at her. He's not like staring her down like, hey girl, what you doing? But he's just kind of taking her in.
So you're not a friend of Julian's?
Nope. Although he did give me some pretty good pets behind the ear. That was very lovely. I needed that actually.
She's kind of trying to figure out how to phrase this without, like, breaking any veils. Are you guys related?
Distantly. We're kind of like cousins.
I definitely understand that.
Somebody in her family used to own me.
I'm sorry?
Somebody in her family used to own me. Well, not her family. Kind of like her sister's family.
Used to own you?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's... I don't know what you mean.
Like, literally.
Is he dead?
No. I just told her I was leaving. And that she couldn't stop me. And she didn't. I didn't expect that part, actually. But yeah, remember how I said I ran from the hospital?
Yeah.
So I didn't really have anything except like the clothes on my back, literally, and my toothbrush. And she found me. I went to this place where there was lots of noise and lights, and I was kind of drawn to it, but I didn't really know where I was. And there was bourbon, and it was on the street apparently. Sign said that. And so there was this very beautiful woman there. She was very, very beautiful, and she found me, and she told me to come with her, and that she'd help me, and she'd keep me safe. She said I was very handsome, and so it was part of what the appeal was, I guess. I don't know. And so she took me back to her house, and I'll kind of look down.
Well, if I'm glad that you've gotten away from that.
She did take care of me. She even gave me a name. She's the one who named me Bentley. I didn't have a name before that. I know what the doctors and nurses called me, but it wasn't my name, you know? I didn't really have a name. And then when I get out, she said I reminded her of a Bentley. Refined, dark, sleek. So she named me Bentley. But she also has Milan and Fendi.
Has them in the present tense?
Yes? But I don't think they want to leave. People
Huh.
like being her pets.
When he says pets, she like literally like snaps, her head snaps backward a little bit. Like, wow, she can't handle that.
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
You think they like it?
Well, I told them to come with me, and they said they didn't want to.
Huh. Wow. That sounds tainted.
What do you mean?
Maybe they just don't know any better.
Maybe. Milan's pretty smart. But Fendi can be kind of chihuahua-ish.
She kind of stares at him.
That didn't make sense. I'm sorry. You know how
You know,
like
it's
chihuahuas are kind of shaky and like, you know?
yeah. It's okay. I think I understand. The the one with the accent, he kept calling you Rabbit. Is that for good reason, or was he just being a jackass?
No, he'll nod.
Huh. I still have no idea what that means, but sometime safe. Maybe you'll show me.
Oh, if you'd like me to, I will. But sometime, not now. Now's not a good time.
No, now's not a good time.
We just met, and it's not appropriate. He actually seemed sincere when he said that.
And now's not a good time. You'll have to forgive me, I don't know very much about you or Julian or... I've been warned, but not a lot of useful information.
Warned? What do you mean?
Huh. She's not quite sure how to answer that.
Warned in like the cautious way, or warned in the be careful way?
Both?
I can understand that. Sometimes people in my family can be really, really, really evil. Nightmarish, even. And kind of chew his lip.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
But I think.
Sorry, I got robot-y. Say that again?
Love. Yes, I tend to love beautiful things like love and beauty, art and honor and
I
true
missed
love.
I
Like
missed a
from
big part of that. Will you start over? Sorry.
it's okay. He says I like things like honor and truth. Truth. He says honor and truth and beauty and things like true love. Like in Moulin Rouge.
Well, that's good.
I know writing a book like I'm doing probably doesn't kind of, speak to that.
Your book did sound pretty dark.
Well, it's because the mind can be a very dark place. Growing up the way I did, I met a lot of people, and a lot of people were there for, like I said, they were criminals. They were in the hospital because their minds didn't work, and it made them do things that were against the law. And but their minds didn't work. If people understood what drove them to do it, why they did these things, then maybe the stigma behind it might become a little less one that's seen in derision or like discussed, and one that we can actually discuss. It can open up a dialogue and we can really help people instead of just perpetuating these different cultures that hurt people. And it's really only the victims in the end that ended up paying the price. So that's why I wanted to write a book that showed more the real reason that people do these sorts of things instead of some hyper fantasized, you know, um, dramatic dramatization.
Interesting. So, is your book true stories?
Some of them. When I was in the hospital, there was this girl who she did something really bad. She was a lifer. She wasn't getting out. And she seemed so cold all the time. Just, you know what I mean? Like, you'd totally write her off, thinking that she were insane or just, you know what I mean? Like, just, she was inhuman, you know? Because we like to do that. We like to look at humans, and when they're not right, or they're not what we think they should be societally, we just write them off. Pretend they don't exist, or that we villainize them, you know? But the problem is they do exist. And if we don't, that kind of became the problem with her. If somebody had treated her like a person and not like a villain, or, if they had treated her like she existed, then maybe she could have gotten real help and not done what she did. I kind of felt sorry for her, and it's what made me want to write the book, you know?
I'm not sure I understand, but I want to.
Okay. Pick, like, any polite, because we're in public, depraved action you can think of. Like, go for something light. Having an affair. You want to go with that one?
Okay.
Okay. Because, I mean, we could do, like, incest and stuff like that, but that's kind of heavy, and I don't want to go that far. Having an affair. A man cheats on his wife, okay? So it's so easy to think, oh, it's fucking bastard, cheat on his wife. I mean, his poor wife at home. What's the deal? I mean, what drove this guy into the arms of another woman? Stuff like that. It's easy just to write him off as a jerk and asshole. You know what I mean? But like, what if his wife is very depressed and he's depressed and he just wants to feel alive again? And it's just a situation where he's fallen out of love. There was infatuation in the beginning, but it didn't really carry it over. And once the kids started happening and once life started bearing down on him, he just couldn't take it. And so he sought comfort outside of his marriage, which is wrong. It's not right to do something like that. But if you find the real reason, if you look into why someone does something, instead of what's the how or the what or the when, the where, then maybe you can really sit back and start thinking instead. When you start to think, oh, when I have an affair. People can start thinking instead of, well, let's have a good old affair, they start thinking, well, why do I want to have an affair? What's wrong? Oh, my wife is so depressed. And instead of thinking, oh, screw that, my wife is depressed, there's nothing I can do. It can open up a dialogue and people can be like, you know, hey, let's get you some help. Let's go to a doctor. Let's get some counseling.
Adultery is an interesting crime to pick. The victim in an adulterer's crime is the spouse. And the suffering that they undergo is the suffering of betrayal, which is a relatively amorphous sort of suffering compared to many crimes. I understand what you mean about adultery, but when the victim is wounded with actual wounds, perhaps, or has suffered, I won't say that that a cuckold hasn't suffered, but it's a situation in which they can take power back. They can remove their consent from that relationship. I think it's different if someone, for instance, has been kidnapped. In that case, there's still an obligation to justice.
I can understand what you're saying. But see, that's the problem. People tend to think in grades and in the off places, and they start getting too post formal with this stuff sometimes. And they never really hone in on like the black and white of things. You know? They never hone in on the facts and the reasons and the concretes behind why certain things happen the way they do. And I think that's sad. So that's why I'm writing the book.
I'll be very interested to read it.
It's going very slowly. I have to take it slow.
I
To write it.
imagine.
I can't let it get too much in my head. And I can't let the stories linger too long. The canvas has to be cleaned every time I start to write again. It's like painting with gesso, you know?
I've never painted with gesso.
Neither have I, but I can imagine what it's like.
That's fair.
So your family. What kind of family is it? Look, gotta take a sip of his soup.
We hang out in Central Park. She kind of waits to see if that means anything to him, because Julian, that's how Julian referred to the Garu, as the people in Central Park.
Blank face.
She kind of shrugs.
He's blank face, and he's just like, oh. Like by Strawberry Fields?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That doesn't tell you much, but this isn't really the place to tell you much.
Oh, duh. Right, sorry. I just... Can I be blunt with you? Like, do you mind kind of bluntness?
Not at all.
You're really nice, and you're really pretty. What I said to you back in the club in French was that your eyes glittered like jewels. So pretty. But I'm not really good at this whole thing, you know? Like,
She stares at him like he's crazy.
I've never really taken a girl out for fun.
If it helps, I've never gone out for pho?
And I'd like to, maybe go out for coffee and see you again. But I've never really done that before. But I'm getting kind of lonely.
Oh. Whatever she was going to say, she just, like, stops. She doesn't know what to say with.
Yeah, he'll kind of look at her and tilt his head and say, "No, go on. What were you going to say?"
My family are kind of like policemen, firemen. I'm pretty busy.
Pretty busy too, if it helps. Have you seen the schedule for Wicked?
No,
All
that's
the
fair.
shows.
Sometimes things are on fire.
Yeah. But I just he'll kind of bite his lip. I don't want to lead you on, but I don't want to. I don't want you to. He'll kind of think and like look up. This is so hard for Puka.
This app 5 guy is totally killing her. She is like, does not even know what to do.
I just I just think you're very beautiful, and that's what's on the outside. So it's the first thing I can see, But there's more to a woman than her beauty. Um, so so I want to get to know you more. I don't want to just know the outside. I want to know you. I want to know what makes you laugh. I want to know what makes you cry. I want to know what. I want to know if you have a scar on your knee from falling off your tricycle. I want to know about you, but I don't want to be a creep about it. And I know it's really, really, really easy for guys to be really creepy about stuff. And like I said, you can have a gorgeous face all day. I mean, and you have a nice face. I like your hair. What kind of nod? It's like you have nice hair. It looks soft. But you he'll kind of like stop for a moment and kind of body. There you go. We got that. We've established this. Moving on. Um, like you're a beautiful girl, and that's nice and all, but that's not you, you know. And I'd like to get to know you better, but I'm really, really crappy at talking to people. I say stuff that I don't mean, and like I don't. It's a family thing, and I don't really have a choice in the matter.
Huh.
I just.
That's very good to know. I understand about family things.
I don't want you to think that I'm lying to you or that I don't want you to think that I'm ever trying to use you or like I don't want to move too fast. I don't want to move too slow. I want to treat you right. You know?
No, look, I mean, you're really sweet, but were you talking to Julian? I think you have the wrong idea.
At some point tonight or ever in my life. Because yes, I was talking to Julian. But if it were on a certain subject, no, I wasn't talking to Julian about anything that I was aware of.
He didn't put you up to this, did he?
After what? This? No. No, I just like you.
She kind of rubs her temple because she's like, I don't even know what's going on right now. That's really sweet, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. Welcome back! Oh no, I can't hear you.
Oh, no, 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 no.
There we go. Nope, now I'm muted again.
Hold on.
Can't hear you now.
Now you can.
Now I can!
Yay! Sorry. There's like
No
the weather
worries.
here is very bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, so yeah, he was listening to her.
She's like, look, that's really sweet, but I just don't think that it's a good idea.
Um, okay, I respect your decision. If that's how you feel.
I mean, I'd love to be friends.
I thought we were friends.
She just kind of grins because that's adorable. That's like inescapably adorable.
Yeah, friend zone don't exist to him. He doesn't understand the concept.
Well, good, good. 'Cause I didn't want you to think I was like, chasing you off.
I, no, I didn't think that.
Good.
Quick, just throw it out there. Just kind of just put it out there, because you don't think I'm trying to like lead you on or anything, or trying to like, I'm kind of drum his fingers for a second, like just like hook up with you or something, do you?
I don't know enough about your family, but I've
Well, that
been
would
warned.
be why I'm trying to get to know you better. That's what I just said.
No, I.
Yeah, because right now we don't really know each other that well. That's kind of
Right.
given. But
No,
I
I.
think you're beautiful, and you think I'm attractive, and
Now
I
she's beet red.
no, yeah, and I mean, we like this. We like similar to. I like Terry Pratchett, and you like Terry Pratchett, and I like volcanoes, and you like volcanoes, and there's things that we like in common, I'm sure. And I could take you to see like theater, and you could take me to see line. What do you like?
I like to read.
You could take me to read. We could go reading together, and then we won't be strangers, and maybe our family won't have a problem with it, especially if we take it slow, like I'd prefer to actually, because last time I didn't move slow, it ended up really badly actually for me. But um, so yeah, we don't know each other right now. We're strangers, Frankel. We're friends, but we're strangers, but we're friends. And I uh, I think that if you think I'm handsome and I think you're beautiful, and there are things that we, have in common, like volcanoes and books and stuff, then maybe we could have enough in common that I won't be so lonely anymore, and you won't be something that's poetic and means something to you that might land me an actual proper date with you instead of after club foe. And or we can be friends with benefits, but that's horribly forward and wrong, and I don't want to do that to you. That's just no, that's not cool at all. That's not okay. I mean, it's okay if you have friends with benefits. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with the idea. Just I don't want that. That's not what I'm after. And actually, that's kind of what I'm trying to tell you is that Would you like to go out to dinner with me some night?
She doesn't even know what to do with her face. But she's
Would
a
you
really
like a
good.
roll, by the way? Would you like a roll out of
I
game?
think that's pretty much obvious. I think that's pretty much an auto success. She's a really good listener, and she's just like sitting there listening to him, and she's just not even sure. Like, huh?
Just shut up at this point.
I mean, sure, yes, you can. Let's do dinner. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, dinner's nice. It can be lunch too. I'm okay. Breakfast is kind of forward. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, dinner. Okay, I have the show tomorrow. Uh, the matinee on Wednesday, so I can do dinner Wednesday night. As I'm working the mat. She said yes, yes. I'm working the matinee on Wednesday, so I'll be free in the evening. So if you want to go to dinner on Wednesday night, we could go to dinner then.
Sure. If I text you and say I can't come, it's not you. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now.
It's fine. And if that's what you're worried about, that like your family's gonna pull you into family business, and you're gonna have to tell me like, oh hey, I can't do something, and that's why the thoughts of like dinners and volcanoes and books and all this crazy crap are kind of throwing you off. Don't worry about it, okay? Like, I understand. We live in a crazy world, and there's some really crazy stuff going on for both of our families. And I'm willing to work with that, okay? Because you seem like a pretty damn fantastic girl. And you're worth it.
Well,
I'll kind of swallow with that. I can roll for that one if you want.
Is that a charisma roll? That'd probably better be a charisma roll.
Yeah, that's pretty much a charisma, I guess, expression or empathy fucking roll or some shit. And I have never in my entire life seen a place where I am going to spend a willpower. Actually, I cannot botch this roll, but I will still spend a willpower. I do not have the ability to botch this roll, though. Puka cannot botch these rolls.
That's really interesting.
If I wanted to, he could do something to you that is kind of so dickish, but he could. And you can enter into like a charisma, I think it's either persuasion or something roll. And basically what it is that the puka breaks you down enough that you start spilling your guts out to them. And you start telling them like, they basically, they get a question for each success they get. And you have to
Interesting.
answer. It's a beautiful fucking thing. But that is 3 successes because I spent a willpower. 4 because I have a thing that lowers one of my dice. So he actually managed to pull up being charming saying all of that. He'll slurp his soup. There's carrots in this. I like it.
Do you eat meat?
Yes, of course I do. Why wouldn't I eat meat?
Sorry, I didn't know. Rabbits.
Oh, because of the no.
Is that really
yes.
awkward?
Eating meat?
No,
Yeah.
my question.
No, I can't really think of an awkward question you could ask me. Okay, you know what? Let's play a game. You want to play a game?
Not if it's truth or dare.
I don't want to play truth or dare. That is a horrible game and it needs to die.
Okay, let's play a game.
Okay, we're going to play a game, okay? I want you to try to ask me the most awkward question you think you could ask me. And here's the deal. If you ask, I will actually answer. You can even get like 3 if you want. I want to see if you find something I won't answer.
She's kind of pays attention to her soup while she runs that over in her brain for a little while. So, what haven't you been forthright about?
With you or with everyone else? With you, I've actually been almost painfully forthright, to be honest.
Is that painful?
Literally. It's not comfortable.
Interesting.
But I could have been a little clearer about the nature of my relationship with the one that I said I that oh. But I also assume that you may have inferred what I meant.
Clear about your relationship with who?
The one that I was the pet of.
Oh. Okay. I understand.
He'll kind of smile like that, but it's like one of those like smiles. So I'll answer that. So you have two more.
Making you feel awkward
start
really
with
isn't my goal, right?
I don't care if you do. Sometimes awkward can be fun.
When is awkward fun?
Okay, so your second question. When you're on a post dance club dinner with very engaging company, I would say.
Oh, that was very smooth.
Like silk. He'll smile at her. And now you only have one question.
Can I save it?
You save it, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna save it. I'll let you know when I'm using it.
Oh, this is gonna be priceless. He'll kind of slurp the last bit of his soup up.
So is that the game? I just ask you questions?
Well, do you really want me to try to ask you the most awkward question? Because I can really get in there. Like,
She stares at him for a minute and she's like, No, I believe you. I believe you. I believe that you can.
Oh yeah. I want to warn you that right now.
No, I do. I believe you. I believe you.
Like, if we were playing for keepsies, what underwear are you wearing? Like, and that would be like the least. He'll nod. But that's really rude, actually. I wouldn't do that. Just find out.
She's like, I don't know what to do with my face again.
How can I cover his face lightly laughing?
Huh.
Oh, wow. It is, it's getting hell late, actually. I do need to I have a meeting in the morning for the show.
Thanks. This was fun.
It was. I haven't laughed at her in a while, actually.
Awkward.
Yeah, but like I said. So, yeah, Wednesday. Just let me know about, I guess, like an hour beforehand if you don't mind, if you can make it or not.
No, sure, absolutely.
And if you can't, no trouble. I mean, either reschedule or if you just don't want to do it, then just let me know. I'm not a big boy. I can take it.
No, I keep my promises. If I
Well, it's
can't,
not a
it's
matter.
because there's something important. Like, very important.
Well, I'm glad I met you.
Likewise. I should probably go find Buck.
That's a really interesting name. But then again, my name is Bentley, so.
It's short for something that's hard to pronounce.
What?
Bukobogosin?
Nope. Like, not nope, that's not his like name. I'm not saying, like, obviously, you know, he's like a brother, you said, so obviously. But no, yeah.
He's good people. Anyway, the city makes him uncomfortable though, so.
Well, yeah. And he talks in the third person, but whatever.
She cringes.
Look, hey, you know what? Some people talk in the third person. It's fine, whatever.
He's working on
Bentley
that.
thinks it's kind of stupid, but whatever.
Oh, he's getting. You wouldn't believe how much he's learned. He's very smart.
Why don't you tell me
He's
about
just
it on Wednesday?
awkward.
Tell me about it on Wednesday, okay? He'll kind of pull his credit card out and pay.
She
He'll
looks. You should probably perception empathy when he pays, because she's already getting her card out too.
he's actually going to tell her something. I was about to get that.
Oh,
He'll say, "Do you want to get the tip?"
sure. That sounds good.
So he'll pay that part and let her pay the tip.
I was told not to accept things from your family.
Look, I mean, we'll learn each other, okay? And we'll figure out what we need to do and not do. I like a good challenge.
That sounds good.
He'll get his card back. The name on his card, by the way, if she looks, and she may be the only person who learns this in game, is Simon Hayden.
Interesting.
He doesn't appear to have a middle name though. It just says Simon Hayden. He'll take and he'll put his card back in his wallet. She can see his ID, like when he does that. Do you want to glean the information off of it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that she's probably pretty interested.
Okay.
Perception alertness.
Okay. Sure.
Ooh, not much.
How about you get his birthday? He's 33.
Got it.
Okay. And his name was indeed Simon Hayden. I'll write down in the thing how it's spelled. Because it's spelled weird. That's the way it's spelled. And yeah, he'll kind of settle the bill. You know, she would notice that he doesn't leave the table a fucking screaming wreck. You know how some people go into a restaurant and just fuck all over the place? No, he actually stacks his stuff when he's done, and actually it doesn't make a fucking chore for the server.
Sure.
Know? And he'll walk out with her, and he'll say, well, I mean, I've had better evenings, obviously. He'll kind of roll his eyes dramatically.
Thanks. Good luck with your show.
Well, when Adina Menzel falls over and breaks everything, you at least know to blame. That would be me.
Oh, that's right. You're supposed to say something. Break a leg?
Yep.
Sorry.
If you want, you could have rolled a perception of empathy when he said, he's had better evenings and blah blah all that shit. You could have rolled a perception of empathy on that, actually.
Not much. 1.
Actually, yeah, that's enough. She gets the feeling that is kind of what his thing is. He almost seems to kind of sometimes be saying the opposite of what he means. So when he said that he, well, he's obviously had better evenings. What he's saying is he very much enjoyed himself. He had a lot of fun.
Noted. Interesting.
So yeah, he'll kind of smile at her and he'll say, because when what's his face tried to kiss her hand earlier, she pulled her hand back so severe. He's gonna offer his hand to her, like palm sideways, not like palm up.
She takes it. There's a definite moment of hesitance, and then she takes it.
Yeah, he'll take it.
She said several times that she's been warned about his family, so I think you don't even need to roll to see that she's mentally checking lists.
Yeah, he'll shake her hand politely. Not like a fucking wet fish, but not squeeze your hand off. He gives her an honest, firm handshake that for the purpose of their intentions, might linger like kind of that 1 second too long, but it's not insistent. It's more kind of a he doesn't. It's like a longing, and I like that. You know, that kind of thing. But as much as he can do. And he'll kind of take her hand away, and he'll say, he actually kind of gets a thought, like, really quickly, and he'll say, he'll kind of look around, and he'll say, do you want to see something?
I don't think it's a good idea to say yes.
I was going to ask if you wanted to see a rabbit. But... And not, like, via anything that would change anything for you. Via me.
She's like, she stands there like literally open mouthed for a minute. Like she looks like she's reciting something to herself. Like she's like literally going through things she's been told. Okay. But don't leave me seeing visions.
No. Don't worry. It's fine. Just do me a favor and pick me up, okay? Not right now. That would be... I'm sure you could. I'm not condescending you and saying I don't think you could, like, because you're like a woman or something, or just because. Just, I don't... He'll kind of, like, shake his head and walk over to, like an alleyway. He'll tell her, like, he'll hold his hand up so she doesn't follow him. And he'll walk over to, like, kind of a dark alleyway. And then a few seconds later, she sees something dart out and then dart back and then kind of dart out a little bit. And it is an honest to fucking shit you not bunny.
She heads for the alleyway and the honest to fucking shit bunny.
He'll kind of like look up at her. He'll kind of, and it's like it's a mini lop. That's the better part. Like this big fucking huge dude turned into a fucking mini lop. Okay. So he's got like the brown fur, and he's got like black fur on top, and like on his undersides, on his coloring, he has like brown and white fur, and his whole face is black. And he'll kind of like look up at her, and like kind of go back onto his back paws.
She doesn't pick him up immediately. She crouches down and just kind of stares at him for a minute, trying to figure out how she feels about the bunny.
Mm-hmm.
And then she reaches out to try and pick him up.
He'll stay still to let her do it.
Well, that is fucking something.
He'll nuzzle against her. Like, not like, all up in her boobs, like I said in that one show. Like against her shoulder or something. He'll just kind of like, it's easier for a rabbit to fucking nuzzle against somebody than hang all out.
She strokes his head, and then after a minute she realizes that she's holding this guy and like crouches back down and puts him back down.
He'll bounce back towards the alleyway, and about like a good 15 seconds later he'll walk back out.
Did I just get played?
He'll kind of look at her and say, "What?"
Huh.
Yeah, he'll look at her and say, "What?"
Nothing, never mind. Huh.
That's a good way to get a nighttime hug, and I didn't think about that. Like, I shit you not, he did not think about it like that.
She's grinning, though. She thinks it's funny, because she's pretty sure he didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, he'll kind of like just shake his head at her and be like, I'll possibly might not, but still look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Right. Good night.
Good night.
And she turns and she heads off pretty fast.
Walks. He just goes. Of course he'll look back, but no. And he will damn near jump all the way home, like in happy bounces, like, yes!
She just puts her head down and people get the fuck out of her way, because she's like, I don't know if this is a terrible idea. This might be a terrible idea.
This is such a terrible idea. And so I think with that we get into our scene. So goodbye, everybody. We'll see if there's something on Wednesday or not. Bye. I have to stop laughing enough to move my mouse.